So which of the three variations that we've just showed is right for you? So we've got the conventional option, the sumo option, and the trap bar. Like I said in the video, more often than not, it's just for beginners. Also really useful for athletes who are trying to produce hip power, provided it's done correctly. So athletes may use it a little bit more, beginners, or then someone who's just trying to regulate injury, or maybe just keep skill of the deadlift, so coordination in an off season for someone who's a powerlifter. Outside of that, there's not too much value. Interested in hypertrophy or something like that, I would take that energy and move it somewhere else. For the conventional deadlift versus the sumo deadlift, conventional is my general preferred. I want to be able to get you in a position that you can conventional deadlift, just so you have that base. It's the best place to build strength, because a lot of people can find fake kind of tightness through structure in the sumo. Some people won't be able to get into the conventional stance, especially early on. So it's okay to move into sumo there. But my advice would be to build that foundation in conventional, get yourself up to, for the ladies, maybe 1.5 times deadlift, 2 times deadlift for the boys. Then think about maybe switching to sumo if it's more favorable to your morphology, just like limb length and all that type of stuff. Neither is necessarily more fatiguing than the other. You could argue that there's a little bit more actual loading from the conventional, so maybe it's a little bit more taxing than the sumo, but just the demand on the hip from the sumo tends, in my experience, to outweigh that maybe trade-off. So both of them can, when done either poorly or in too high a volume with too much intensity, can beat you up over time. It's just about smart programming with whatever variation that you choose. So just to recap all of that, prioritize conventional if you can get into the position. If you can't and you need to go to sumo early on, that's fine. Build that base, 1.5 times body weight for the ladies, 2 times body weight for the men. Then consider a shift over to sumo if it suits your morphology better. If you're a beginner or you're injured or you're just trying to maintain skill, then consider the trap bar, something like off season or pre-season for an athlete or something like that. That's not a bad alternative.